Do you ever find yourself comparing your life or home to those around you? Maybe you're even looking at how other women seem to have it all together on social media, and you're thinking, why can't I do that? Today, we're actually going to be focusing on three things that you can do to help reset your frame of mind so you can get out of a slump and start making progress without comparison. Are you ready to stop the chaos, the stress, the overwhelm that's filling your life? I'm Renae Matt, and together you and I are going to build simple routines that are going to change your life. When you put these habits into practice, you're going to be able to organize your life in a way where you can be there for your family, pay off your debt, save money, your house can stay organized, you don't have to stress about what's for dinner, and you still get time for yourself. So without further ado, let's get started. Welcome to the Routine Advantage Podcast. I wanted to talk about this one today because I think it is very relevant to today's world when we are looking at social media that just present this perfect picture of what people's lives look like, what their houses look like, what their health goals and routines look like. And if we start making comparisons to where they're at versus where we're at, it can make us feel really bad about ourselves if we let it get that way. And it is happening to a lot of people, but it doesn't have to be that way. So if you find that you are focusing on what other people are doing and it makes you feel less than, then I want you to go through these three things that I'm going to talk about today so that you can get out of that frame of mind and focus on what you can do for yourself and in a more positive light. So, I wanted to share a quote that I'm sure you've probably heard. It is a very popular quote from Theodore Roosevelt. And he said, "Comparison is the thief of joy." And when you really let that sink in, that is exactly what it is. When we focus on comparing everything, then it does take away our joy. But if we celebrate other people's wins and our own, we are able to bring more joy into our lives and we have more of a positive aspect to everything that we're doing instead of the negative aspect. So, I want to share with you three ways that help me get out of a slump and start making progress. And I hope that they help you too. So, number one is to slow down. And this one can be really hard, especially with my personality. I'm like, I want things to be perfect and I want them to go in a certain way. I'm a little bit of a control freak. I'm getting better. I really am. But it has taken many, many years of my husband just like kind of talking to me and talking me down and being like, "It's okay for our house to look lived in." And I would freak out when anybody was gonna come over, and I would want everything to be, like, picture perfect, and he was like, "I can't do this, like, you have to kinda chill." And he was very nice about it, but over the years, I realized that that stress is not good for me. I actually need to slow down and realize, like, what is actually what I wanna be focusing on. Where do I want to make sure things are perfect or things are presentable in a way that I want to? And where do I need to just kind of relax and let things go a little bit? And not to let them go in the sense that you just don't care and everything just goes off the rails. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that sometimes we can ease back a little bit so that it's not stressful to maintain something, but it still is very functional in our lives. And this can be applied to many different areas of our life. But until we take the time to stop and slow down, we're probably not gonna be noticing that because if you are just rush and go, go, go to every little thing, trying to keep up, trying to bring people places, if you have kids going to different sports events, or if you've got work and you've got your house and you've got your pets and you need to go to the gym and you've got all these things going on, it can feel like you wake up and you've got things going on from the moment you open your eyes to the time that your head hits the pillow, and you don't have any time to relax or slow down. But when that is happening, you need to slow down and reassess what is happening in your life so that you can make changes if you need to, because this is a really good time to focus on whether or not you want all of these things happening in your life. Sometimes we just keep going because we feel like that's what we need to do when we're not taking into account any of our personal goals or our personal values or just taking time to breathe and understand what it is that we are living our lives for. So, slowing down is crucial to be able to stop comparing yourself and trying to keep up with everything else, but understanding what it is you want for your own life. So, I would actually recommend even pulling out a journal in this step because when you sit down to write things out, you might find that you spill out a whole lot more information on that page that you didn't realize you were feeling. And it is very therapeutic to be able to just put everything onto paper and get it out of your head. So, this is an important one, and it will be very tough, especially if you're trying hard to keep up with everything. So, I'm not going to say that this is easy, but it is necessary if you are just comparing your life to everything else. You need to understand what is important to you. So, slowing down is going to be number one. Number two is to create one simple routine that you feel is sustainable. And this doesn't mean you need to copy somebody else's routine and then try and keep up with it. This means that you need to look at your life right now and understand what could help your life. What would make things easier if you had a routine in that specific area. So start there. Just create one routine. Now, this could be just making sure that you understand the flow of your day, and your routine needs to be something with planner or a calendar, and you need to understand like what is happening today so I don't feel like I'm just constantly trying to keep up. I feel like I have it in my mind ahead of time, and I've got the plan and I know what the plan is, and I feel really good and aware of how I'm going into my day. Maybe that's your routine. Maybe you are trying to keep up with dinner and it stresses you out every night. It comes to dinner time trying to figure out what's for dinner. So maybe that's where you start. Maybe you just need to know what you're going to have for dinner, whether or not you've already done the grocery shopping. Even if you don't have a full meal planning routine in place, even just knowing this is what we're going to have, that is going to give you a sense of peace, and then you can build on it from there. But start with just the one thing that you can do right now to make your life easier. Maybe it is just creating a plan where you can get outside and away from your computer, away from your house tasks, and away from work and everything else. You just need to get outside for 15 minutes a day. Or maybe you need to set a timer for 10 minutes and you just go at your house however you need to with a garbage bag and a box for donations, and you just set your timer for 10 minutes and see how much you can fill up that bag and that box and get rid of clutter and get rid of junk and just declutter your house. Maybe that's something that will make you feel better in this season of life right now. Maybe it is creating a routine that makes it where you can actually have enough time to shower daily without it stressing you out. Maybe you have kids that are climbing all over you that you don't have time to even shower every day because everything is just constant. Maybe that's the routine you start with so that you can feel good and refreshed and you feel like a human being again, where you take 15 minutes to go and shower and take care of yourself. Maybe those are the routines that you start with. If you have absolutely no idea where to start and you're like, I don't even know what my life needs right now because it's a complete circus, if you are feeling that way, then this podcast is going to be great for you because I do teach about 5 foundational routines that I would recommend starting with that I think apply to everybody. And that is number 1, your morning routine. Number 2 is your meal planning routine. Number 3 is your daily 7 home routine. 4 is your movement routine. And 5 is your budget routine. When you get these down, these are like your 5 foundational routines. And that helps you feel more organized in all of these areas of life without it feeling overwhelming. So if you need to start there, that's a great place to start too. Just start with your morning routine, get that one solid, and then move on. And if you need more help with this, you can go back into tons of episodes. We have almost 200 episodes on this podcast. And if you want to have like a little easier search instead of just scrolling through all of our podcast history on your app, you can actually go to theroutineadvantagecommunity.com. That is our free Facebook community. And in the pinned posts, we have an episode library. And when you go to that library, you can open it up. It's a spreadsheet. and you can use the search function to search for keywords. And so if you're looking for a morning routine, search morning routine, and then all of the morning routine episodes will be highlighted, and you can go and pick and choose which ones are going to be best for you. So use that if you need to start getting your routines in place. So that's a great place to start. Or you can just go back and scroll through the podcast and pick and choose what you want to do from there. But that's a great place to start if you are like super unsure about what routine to even start with, but being able to pick one and make it sustainable is what's going to help you feel really good about that area of your life. And you're going to feel like you have a little bit more control. And then you can really focus on what's important to you, not what is important to other people, because your morning routine might look very different than all of the other, people on social media or your friends around you. How they're spending their morning might be very different than what you want for your morning and what is going to make you feel the most fulfilled. So that's why it's really important to start with something in your life and then tweak it. If you're starting with something simple and sustainable for you and it's focused on your goals and your values, what's important to you, what's going to help you in your situation, then you can test it out. And if it's working really well, it's going to be easier to keep it. And if it's not really working, then see how you want to tweak it a little bit and then just shift it until you get it tweaked and shifted to be a really solid routine for you. Then you can keep up with it and it's going to make you feel better and it's going to make you feel more in control. And you can start having a little more confidence to move forward with something else. And that is what is going to help you to stop comparing your life to others when you start feeling like you've got some control back. And then number three is to focus on the progress, not the failures. And this one is huge. It is all about your mindset. And that one, like, it sounds a little corny to focus on the mindset, but it truly is a huge piece of the puzzle. We have to have the right mindset to move forward in a positive way. And without that, we can kind of go down a spiral that we don't want to be going down. So, one book, if you are into reading or you want to listen to an audiobook or anything like that, The Gap and the Gain is a great book to listen to help you with this. And the whole premise of the book is basically that instead of focusing on only the future goal and how far we still have to go, which would be considered the gap, we instead shift our mindset and we start looking backwards. So we begin focusing on all of the progress that we've made so far. And when we look backwards on all the progress we've made, that is considered the gain. So instead of focusing on the gap, we want to focus on the gain. And this helps you to just kind of twist your mindset into a more positive light to help you continue making more progress without the negative thinking. So it is a really great book if you want to take some time to go read it or to reference it or to do a little bit of research on it, but it is a wonderful way to focus on how much progress you've made and not how far you still have to go. And I think this is also great when you are stuck in a way of comparing yourself to others. This allows you to focus on the progress you've made, not how far and how different your life is from what you're comparing other people's lives, because we are not living the same life. They're going to look very different, and that is okay. So, this is just a really great book if you have some struggles with that, to be able to kind of shift that focus on the gain instead of the gap. So, I will recap those three things for you to help you get out of a slump and start making progress. But before I do, I just want to just mention that if you have a desire to dive a little bit deeper into getting your routine set up and building those five foundational routines, and you want some help doing it, you can go and add your name to my waitlist for my foundations course. You can go to reneematt.com and get your name on that list. You'll learn when everything opens for the beta course and be able to go through it as one of the first members of the course, which is really exciting. But that is where you can go to do that. And I'll make sure that the link is in the show notes for you as well. So we'll do a quick recap. Three ways to get out of that slump and start making progress is number one, slow down. You have to take the time to slow down. Number two is to create one simple routine that is sustainable. And you want to make sure that this is also focusing on your personal goals and your personal values, not what others are doing. And number three, focus on the progress, not the failures. I hope you take time to go through these things and that they help you to feel better and feel more positive about your life and all the progress that you've been making so far. And I will catch you back here on the next episode. Did you love that episode or learn something useful? If so, would you do me a huge favor? My goal is to grow this podcast and help as many women as I can break free from the overwhelm so they can truly enjoy their life. The best way for me to do this is for you to leave a 5-star written review on your podcast app and to share this episode with a friend or in your Instagram stories. I appreciate you being here. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next episode. Take care.